Hi guys, we're going to start our D'accord 1, Unité 4B. Our irregular verbs continue in this unit, and I will tell you guys, this unit has lots of irregular verbs, and you also learn the regular IR verb in this unit. So make sure you are using those conjugation charts and practicing quite a bit. For this lesson, even though we could add the partitive to it, I'm going to hold off for another video for that. But you all will just look at the conjugation of the irregular verb prendre and the family that it's related to. So let's go ahead and start. Flip my little board over here. The verb prendre means to take. But as we are doing our food unit in a cafe, not full food, but restaurant outing, you're going to be using it for to have in most of the conversations that you're having. As in, you're ordering some food and you would say, I will have, but you're using the verb prendre, not the verb avoir. It's not showing possession of having something. It's what you would take or what you will have. So, prendre means to take. And we're going to go ahead and make our chart. And you, of course, have your packet that I've made for you. Oops, look at me. I'm messing up. My chart. You have your packet for Unit 4B. By all means, write this out as we're doing this, and then please download that conjugation chart which I have made for you, and go ahead and use it and drill yourself with this. Nous, vous, and then the plural, il and elle. And remember my 10-second recommendation. You want to try and be able to conjugate a verb in 10 seconds. Not because we're trying to have a race, not because I'm concerned about it, but it just lets you have a very good gauge of whether or not you know your verb completely. So let's go ahead and begin with the subject pronoun je. Je prends. P-R-E-N-D-S. Tu prends. P-R-E-N-D-S. Il, elle, on prend. P-R-E-N-D. Hop over here to nous. Nous prenons. So since this is irregular, no pattern for this one. You have to memorize this. I want everybody to underline the one N that is there, because this N oftentimes gets doubled by students, and that's incorrect. And you will see when you get into another tense that it's essential that you have this new form correct when you get to the imparfait. So, nous prenons, P-R-E-N, only one, O-N-S. Vous prenez, P-R-E-N-E-Z. And then last but not least, ils prennent. Ils prennent. We hold on to the N because you have two N's. Underline that on your chart and when you're doing your conjugation sheet to help yourself remember that in the plural, my prénom has one N. My prenez has one N, but when I get to third person plural, ils prennent two N's. So, like I said, this is irregular. And we know if the verb's irregular, I have to memorize it. No way around it, guys. You've got to memorize that conjugation. So, just like we do in class, écoutez et répétez. Je prends, tu prends, il prend, nous prenons, vous prenez, ils prennent. Careful attention to those ends that are there. All right, so this is the verb to take. And remember, to have when ordering food. And we will come back to that ordering food in our next lesson. All right, so I said at the beginning that we had a verb family that goes along with the verb prendre. Sorry guys, I'm silencing my phone. So along with prendre, we have the verb apprendre, apprendre, and the verb comprendre. Apprendre means to learn. Oops. And comprendre means to understand. And you all have seen that since the beginning of the year when you learned je ne comprends pas, when you don't understand something. So let's go ahead and conjugate apprendre. We know that we have our chart with je, but because apprendre starts with an A, I have to make my apostrophe, drop my E, put an apostrophe, and it's j'apprends. A-P-P-R-E-N-D-S. Tu apprends. No, we're not listening to that S come out. It's silent. So, j'apprends, tu apprends, il apprend. And if we flip over our chart, which we're going to do, prend, P-R-E-N-D-S. Apprendre, A-P-P-R-E-N-D-S. So they're part of a family of verbs that are conjugated similarly. It's following the same pattern for this one group. Let's go to our nous. Nous apprenons. A-P-P-R-E-N-O-N-S. And just like I asked you before, I'm going to tell you to underline that one N in the new form. Vous apprenez. Same thing, underline that one N so it sticks with you. And then finally, ils apprennent. And you do need to make liaison here, guys. Two N's, underline it. This S and this A makes a Z sound. Okay, let's try our écouter et répéter. J'apprends. Tu apprends. Il apprend. Nous apprenons. Again, because of the A, I have my liaison. Vous apprenez. Liaison. Ils apprennent. Liaison. Allez, one more time. J'apprends. Tu apprends. Il apprend. Nous apprenons. Vous apprenez. Ils apprennent. I'm going to go ahead and erase the bourse when we do our comprendre because I'm losing space. So, comprendre, to understand. Je comprends. C-O-M-P-R-E-N-D-S. Je comprends. Tu comprends. C-O-M-P-R-E-N-D-S. And then il comprend. C-O-M-P-R-E-N-D. Nous comprenons. C-O-M-P-R-E-N-O-N-S. Let's underline that one N. Vous comprenez? C-O-M-P-R-E-N-E-Z. Underline the one N. And then our third person plural, ils comprennent. Hang on to the N a little bit because I have two N's there and we're going to underline that there. So from the top, écoutez, répétez, je comprends, tu comprends, il comprend, nous comprenons, vous comprenez, ils comprennent. All right. 3 verbs in the same family that you're learning. Let's take a look. Prendre, to take or to have, meaning you're going to have a certain type of food. Je prends, tu prends, il prend, nous prenons, vous prenez, ils prennent. Comprendre. Je comprends, tu comprends, il comprend, nous comprenons, vous comprenez, ils comprennent. Apprendre, it's not here, but you can listen to it and repeat it again. J'apprends, tu apprends, il apprend, nous apprenons, vous apprenez, ils apprennent. All right, next lesson will be on the partitive.